سبيل الدموع
Now that you
سبيل
have a business and
لها.
you're planning your probably you have started a business, you're creating your online products, you're creating your online services, you know what your counter tactical strategy is, now you know your superpower, and now you want to go to the world and start talking and start taking those one-to-one sessions with them. Now what I suggest for the first timers is, what I suggest, like, go do one-to-ones with people. This is something that I've learned from my mentors. Like, go do one-to-ones first so that you'll understand the pulse of it and what time is man's valuable asset. Whom is valuable? Everyone's time is everyone's valuable asset. Now, in a value ladder, what is a value ladder? What is a value ladder? This is a value ladder. This is a value ladder. And probably on the top of the value ladder is your time. People should pay you money to talk to you because you have got limited time in your day. You cannot be talking to hundreds of people in single day. Probably not even 3 months. Probably not even 4 months. Probably not in 6 months you can talk to 100 people. So your time is valuable. It's like an asset. It's a perishable asset. What is happening when you are doing a one-to-one? You are bringing people should be paying you high ticket amount of money to get to talk to you because you've got experience, you've got strategies, you've got tactical advantage, you are already ahead in the game. You've got experience that speaks everything. Now, but what we do in business is we bring this one thing all the way here. You are doing one to one with people for free. What is an idea behind this? You are bringing your time from top of a value ladder to the bottom of the value ladder, talking to people for free. Makes sense? That's what we suggested. That's where you learn patterns, that's where you get experience. Since you're new to what you're doing, you know exactly what they want, and based on all that, you shall be creating your courses. Your level 1 comes here, your level 2 comes here, your level 3 comes here, that's level 3, this is supposed to be 3, and so on and so forth. You're going to create and craft and script and present and segment courses based on the experience that you have. The thing is, it's for free now. How can we monetize this? We are going to talk about this. 7 actionable steps for monetizing your free one-to-one call is going to be for free. You're not going to charge people for this one. But how can you monetize towards the end? Now there are like 1,000 ways you can monetize a free call. Think of it when you are in the mall and you see a red sign in a specific shop. Since you are going straight, make it slightly, you take a turn and go inside the shop. And when you come out of the shop, you have like two different bags you bought things. How did that happen? It was for free, but you came purchasing things. How did that happen? Psychology. That's how it works. There are like a lot of ways you can, when it's free, it's genuinely free. But there is an upsell to that, there's a downsell to that. There are different things that you'll buy. Being it always works. There's nothing against it. It always works. Anyways, now that you're going to do free one-to-one calls with the people, how can you monetize? How can you generate that cash flow? I have divided that into 7 different steps. How can you structure and present and be present in the call? For it, the call can be for 30 minutes. The call should be not for the call should not be for 30 minutes. It, when you're doing it for the first time, it will generally go for 60 minutes or 90 minutes or 120 minutes. It even goes for 3 hours at times. But that's where you're learning stuff. That's where you're picking. You're listening to people. I have done calls for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Across a single session used to go for 3 hours sometimes. A single session used to go for like 2 hours sometimes. Though I used to put 45 minutes in the calendar, it used to be triple of it, 3x of it. But I have learned a structure of it, and probably this, you don't have to stick to the structure. It will get evolved and improvised based on an audience, but this is the basic structure that I got it for you. The step number 1, when you get into a one-to-one call, you are first and foremost, you are listening to them. You don't speak, you don't talk. They came to you because they know who you are, and they know that you are going to provide them results, give them answers, solve their problem. You already have established that credibility. If not for that credibility, they wouldn't have even booked a call for you. Now that they are talking to you, you let them talk. People love talking, you let them talk. Say hi, how are you? The climate is great. I'm drinking coffee. Do you want to drink coffee? Stuff like that, and immediately move on to what they want helpful. let them share experience, their stories, what is stopping them, what is their struggle and stuff like that. You let them talk, and when they're talking, you keep on taking notes. Like, okay, because of this happening. You don't say anything. You stay silent and you listen. The first point is listen to them. Cool. The second point is once you listen everything, and when you are now that they ask you a question, probably they don't even have a question. You have to frame a question and you have to answer a question. Now that you have space, probably it'll take sometimes it takes just 3 minutes. Probably it takes 30 minutes for them to empty everything out in front of you, and then you have to start talking. Once that process is starting, the second step for you is what? Answer their problems, connect the dots, answer their queries. What is the problem that's solved? What is the problem that they're facing? What is your expertise? What is the steps that you want to give? What is the solution that you have? You now present it to them. Now that there is a problem and there is a solution, already you have credibility. The credibility goes up now. The credibility grows now. They trust you even more. They see, ah, this is why that problem was not solving. It might be a small little problem. It can be what I was writing and the pencil broke and I don't know how to sharp. It's like you get a sharpener, you sharp, it works now. It could be that simple of a solution. But probably they were so clouded with their own emotions, they probably don't have that experience. Nothing wrong with that. You help them out, they get an answer. The third one, now you give them an action plan. Now that you're towards the conclusion of the call, now give them an action plan. Now that the princess thing is now fixed, what I want you to do is now you write probably 20 sentences daily across the week. Now, once the pencil snip is broken, what do? You take, you sharpen it and keep it. The more, the more you do it, the pencil becomes shorter and shorter and shorter. It's just an example. Once you do that, you give them an action step like do this for next 7 days. That was point number 3. The fourth point is let them book another call with you within next 7 days, probably within next 10 days. Like, I have given you an action step. I would love to have a follow-up call with you. Now, this is within the first call. I would love to have a follow-up call with you probably next week. Now that already you have given them action plan, you have already given them solution, you have already built that trust, bond, trust, the credibility. They will book another call with you. Done, dusted. The fifth point is you meet them in the next call. You don't sell anything in the first call. You didn't pitch anything in the first call. You bring them to a follow-up call. In the second step, you go again through the process. Like you listen their whole story, you answer the questions, you give them again an action step of next week. Got it? Now this time you say, since we have been doing 2 calls, I would love to help you more in a more detailed format. Probably I have already built a course for you, or probably I'm working on the courses. You will get the free access of it. You will get not free access. You are going to get, for example, if you're selling for 5,000 rupees, you're going to get for 2,000 rupees, probably 3,000 rupees, or probably 500 rupees. Don't sell it for 500 rupees. You'll have difficulty selling different upper level courses. But then just for the conversation sake of purposes, you sell it for like 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. You're not going to get 5,000 rupees. That's like the offer price when it's ready. Now that you are here in this particular call, you're going to get this for an early purchase, for an early offer, stuff like that. So once you sell them, it can be a course, a mastermind, coming like 4 sessions with you, probably 10 calls with you, probably 20, probably like this. You can figure something out and you can pitch something and generate that cash flow immediately in the second call or the third call. If you find it's not going to work in second call, give them an action plan and make them book another call for you with you in next 10 days. Once they book another call, go through the same process, listen to them, answer their questions, give them an action plan. When you do all that, pitch them. Okay, we spoke about last week. Do you want to continue with these calls? Because I know that you're getting results and I'm really genuinely interested and I want you to get those results that we promise. So can we get on a bandwagon? Like can we have this paid conversations like that? So every time a one-to-one call you do, apply this framework and don't go by the script all the time. You have to improvise because you are with the live people. Sometimes the script doesn't work, sometimes it works, and based on the experience and the practice, you are going to gain that confidence and courage. you're going to gain that confidence and courage, and based on that, you are going to monetize your free calls. Having said that, that's how 7 actionable steps for monetizing your free one-to-one calls. That being said, thank you so much for being a part of this particular video. Generate that initial cash flow and start investing that cash flow into your online business, which is going to make, again, massive impact. Thank you so much for being a part of this video. I shall see you live, probably live or recording some of the videos in some other form. Thank you so much. See you there.
ككبش ذبيح بذكر الإله تطيب الحياة